succeed, you need to find something to look into, something to motivate you, and something to inspire you. Today, among us, we have such an inspiration, a visionary leader, and a woman entrepreneur. Ms. Namrata Modi, the director of Prevest DenPro Limited. Prevest DenPro Limited today is one of the world's leading dental materials manufacturer. A warm welcome, ma'am, on the Business Nation TV video podcast. On your presence, I'll request you to give a small brief about your organization, about what you have been doing in that, and then we'll just head on to our conversation about creating a legacy in the business world. On to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Executive Director of Prevest DenPro Limited. Prevest DenPro Limited is a dental manufacturing company, a leading dental manufacturing company, which is working from the last 22 years in the dental market. We started in 1998. And we started with a very few products and with a very small way. We started with 10 employees and a very small figure of the sale. And now in 22 years, we have 200 plus employees and we are exporting as well as we are selling in domestic market also. We are covering the whole world and exporting in more than 85 countries. In these 22 years, journey was, I would say, hard also, as well as good also, because it was me and my husband, we both are the promoter of the company. We started together. He's managing director, Mr. Atul Modi, and I'm executive director of the company. We too started this company in 1998, and in 22 years now we are we have a very very large field, and I would say a very good employees and big infrastructure in these 22 years.
That's great, ma'am. So as you mentioned that you started this, incorporated this organization back in 98. So here I'd like to mention for the viewers, my date of birth is 97. So,
okay.
So you can imagine from that how much vast experience video podcast will bring to the viewers, to the inspiring and aspirational entrepreneurs. You can learn from the journey of Ms. Namrata, and we definitely know we'll learn a lot from this video podcast. So coming on to our topic, as you mentioned that you have been running the organization with your husband for 22 years now, and rightly bringing the topic, which is like creating a legacy in the business world. So moving on to that, ma'am, initially when you started in the initial years, what the initial beginning of business brings in the mind is funding. So a very small and basic question, what we keep hearing today in various videos, is that how much time does it take to start a business or to build a business? Or do you think business can be built with a small or a minimum capital, say of rupees 20,000, which we keep hearing in a lot of videos these days?
Actually, I would say money is not that important. Main important thing is planning. How you plan your business, how you choose the product, that is very important. You should first select the product, and second thing is you should plan for at least for 6 years to 1 year for the sustainability of your company. If you can sustain comfortably for 6 years or 1 year, then the chances of success are more. So money is not important. Selection of product is important.
Sorry, I'm interrupting. You mean to say 6 months and 1 year, right?
6 months to 1 year.
Close to 1 year. Sustainability.
Minimum from 6 months to 1 year, you should plan.
Okay.
And if you can sustain comfortably for 6 months to 1 year, then next years are more comfortable, because in planning is the most important thing in any business.
Mm-hmm.
Planning means what
Right.
type of product you are choosing and how you will manufacture that product, and what is the demand in the market. That is very important.
Right. So, ma'am, जब हम चीजें कुछ सोचते हैं, like an young entrepreneur, anyone is aspiring to be a business person, that if we want to do business, जो हमारे बड़े बुजुर्ग या learned people who have vast experience, they say that अगर आपको कोई business करना है, that initially you should have an experience in an MNC for 2, 3, say for 4 years, then you should then you should think of starting a business, and then you should move on to having your own business after having a certain experience in some MNC, some big MNC for 3, 4, 5 years. So, what is your opinion on that? What do you think about that?
A little bit, my opinion is different, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
because here it is sure that working somewhere is very important. Just after completion the studies, if you think that you can start the work, that is very difficult, and success chances are less.
Mm-hmm.
But working in MNC is not that important. Working in any company is important. Company, in my opinion, if you are working in a small company before starting the business, then your experience is very versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Because in a big company, in MNC, you are constrained to only one part of the work. They will give you one work, but in
Right.
small company, your work structure is very big.
Mm.
You know much more things than you get in any MNC.
Right.
Because I can compare it with my company. When I started this business, maximum work I was doing myself. I
Mm.
was doing accounts also. I was doing HR work also. I was doing purchase also. These
Mm.
all things I started my own. And my husband was doing quality control, quality assurance, production,
Mm.
compositions. So when slowly we started appointing the employees, what a purchase person was taking care of other parts also. So
Mm.
those employees still working with me,
Mm.
but they are all rounder.
Okay.
They can take care of so many departments now also. They
Mm.
are, I would say, the backbone of my company.
Right.
With their lesser education and their vast experience, they are more important for me than those person whom I am right now appointing from MNC.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So for me, those persons are more important.
Okay. So what I gain from your vast experiences, that you mean to say कि अगर कोई छोटी जगह से भी काम कर रहा है, initially is working in a small company,
Yes,
need not be in MNC, because MNC में वो एक जगह पे एक particular department में fix हो जाएगा कि उसने यही काम
yes,
करना है. But
yes,
he or she is learning in a small company which is initially in a growing stage, he or she will have much more workload
much.
and much more learning experience, and many things to learn, rather than working in an MNC. And when he or she shifts into the business, he can apply the same knowledge over there.
Same knowledge of it. Absolutely right.
Right. So, ma'am, as we see currently in India, the startup culture is booming, and
Mm,
considering that there is a different point in that. In India,
mm,
startups are massive. There are many startups coming in every day, but
mm.
80% of startups are failing in India. So, what could be the reason according to you in that?
I would say actually poor planning. As I told you, the any successful business, good planning is very important.
Hmm.
And second thing is inability to recognize the gap.
Hmm.
Starting anything, you should know the demand of the market, that gap of the market.
Hmm.
If you are not able to select the product, what is the demand in the society, you won't get the success. And the second thing is in efficient team. Third is inefficient team. And the fourth, I would say that if the investors are not good,
Mm-hmm.
then also startups cannot get the success. So these 4 5 points I can, and time here also I would say planning and time. Time bound is very important for any successful business, and planning. So
Okay.
these 4 5 things are very important. And what I found in startup, they are more concerned for short term game. They
Mm-hmm.
are more concerned for increasing the value of their company rather than the legacy of the product.
Right.
So they are more towards the short term game. Just increase the value of the company and then sell it and mm, finish the thing. So short term game cannot give you the legacy.
Right, absolutely. So, ma'am, I'd like to ask you that have you invested in any startup? Are you currently invested in any kind of startup?
No.
Okay.
I am so much absorbed in my own company. What
Okay.
I am doing, we are doing, I would say, our team. We are expanding our own business, right? If we started from medical devices,
Hmm.
we now expanded our expansion. We are now going for a cosmetic products, and we invested in R&D.
Okay.
So just last month only, our R&D, research and development department now in working. So we are investing in research and development, and our plan is association with different foreign universities and different Indian institutions, Indian colleges and universities. So we are expanding our own field because dental is a field where in India very few manufacturers are there.
Mm-hmm.
Here the domination is by multinational companies.
Right.
So there is lot of things which we have to done in our own field. So first we want to fill this gap, then
Absolutely.
we can think about any other field. So there are so much we have to do in our own field. So we are concentrating more on dental.
Right. So when you talk about R&D, what I see is you are more inclined towards investment in your company on technology. And
Absolutely right. This is the, I would say, backbone of the Prevest
right.
R&D, and our own technology, our own compositions, our own certifications. These are our strength. We have so many certificates in India. Our Prevest is the only company which
Mhm.
is having FDA, USA, MDSAP certificate,
Mhm.
and C certificate for Europe, Saudi certificate for exporting the products in Saudi Arabia,
Okay.
Russian registration. So these certificates are the backbone of our company.
Right.
And now we are in research and development, and we are started our work in how to collaborate our research and development with the universities.
Okay.
So these our things we are more keen to do rather than doing anything in other than dental.
Right. So, what I see from this conversation is that when we talk about creating a legacy, you have always planned to evolve your business. That is why it has been growing. If you would have been stagnant and doing just the same things, manufacturing the same material, then the export would have been limited.
That's right. See, for export, or the most important things are first you have to register the products in different countries and certifications in different countries. Second is every year you have to innovate something new,
Mm-hmm.
because if you are manufacturing the same products which they were using 2 years back or 1 year back, you have seen that in every field, the success is possible only with new innovations.
Right.
Old, every customer wants something new.
Mm-hmm.
If some they were using the products like I would say powder and liquid, and they are mixing with the product and powder and liquid. Next time they want it in syringe. Third time they want in cartridge.
Mm.
Fourth time they want something more advanced. So that's why our R&D is helping us a lot in creating new products.
Right.
So,
So
uh,
innovation, I would say that innovation is the key to success for so many.
yes, yes,
Right.
absolutely right.
So moving ahead, man, I'd like to ask that what are the four things कि आपको इतना टाइम हो चुका है अब काम करते हुए आप इतने लंबे समय से काम कर रहे हैं, what are the four things what you believe that can create a legacy in any business, in any kind of field, in any business?
Uh, in my opinion, honesty,
Hmm.
how honestly you do your business.
Right.
Don't do something to just earn the money. No, you
Hmm.
do your work with sincerity and with honesty
Hmm.
and perseverance.
Right.
How firmly you are devoted to your work.
Hmm.
Success will come definitely. In starting, you will see, no, I'm not getting success, so don't give up.
Hmm. Hmm.
Start doing, start trying.
Hmm.
If you are firm that you will keep on trying the work, definitely success will come. And third is quality. Quality is very important. If you are manufacturing good quality product,
Hmm.
definitely customer will like that. And third is reliability.
Hmm.
Reliability is very important. If your customer rely on your product, so they will definitely buy that. So
Right.
these four things, I would say, very important for any successful business.
Right. Okay. So, in that addition to that, I'd like to ask one more thing that you have so much experience running the business, heading a business. You have the experience of accounting, HR, and you as you mentioned that you were the initial employee of the company when you started it.
Yes,
Yourself worked like that uh, so many years and so many, I would say like it's more than 2 decades now. So
yes.
according to you, according to your experience, what do you think are the ethics to do a business? What are the ethics of business?
Actually, as far as ethics are concerned, I would say 200%. If you ethics are important for any successful business.
Mhm.
If you want to create a legacy, then you have to follow rules and regulation. Ethic business is very, very important. Following all the compliances, all the rules and regulations are very important. And we are following from the first day of our business, whether our business was small or big. But we always follow the ethics. We always follow all the compliances, and
Mhm.
you always, I would say, treat your ethically doing business competitor in a healthy way.
Right.
Because treat having good relation with the ethically doing business competitor
Mhm.
is very important. Then only you can be aware what is required in your own products.
Right.
So taking care of your competitor is also very important. Uh, Having good relation with your competitor is also very important.
Okay.
So, ethically doing business, in my opinion, is the backbone of the company. Without that, sustainability is not possible. Short-term gain is definitely possible. But
Mhm.
if you want to create the legacy, then it is possible only doing business ethically.
Right. So, One more point that I'd like to ask, and I was keen to add this in the very beginning, but this just struck my mind. What do you think, that does ideas work or does fundings work?
Actually, both ideas and funds, they are correlated with each other. You
Right.
cannot separate that.
Okay.
See, if you have an idea,
Hmm.
but you don't have the money, you
Hmm.
don't have the funds, how you will fulfill that?
Hmm. Hmm.
And if you have the funds and you don't have the idea, that also useless. So they both are correlated. Good idea with a good funding is the success of any business.
Okay. And as ma'am, as you mentioned initially, that you have been handling the accounts as well of the organization since the very inception and the
Yeah.
inception of the company back in
Mm.
98. So, according to you, what are the legal expenses of business, and how is the handling accounts of business done according to you? And does in any kind manipulation of accounting work in any organization?
No, I don't agree because I am handling account right from the first day. I
Hmm.
would say that when your business is small, then compliances are also small.
Right.
And but right from the first day, our motto was whatever is required in the compliances, we were very particular about that. And in that way, is the sustainability is possible. If
Right.
you maintain the accounts properly, then only sustainability is possible. So, whether it is GST, whether it is income tax, whether it is excise, whether it is, I would say, public company.
Hmm.
So, slowly, we started and we go through in a very smooth way, because if you are working right from the beginning in a very systematic way, in a planned way,
Hmm.
then if you are shifting from excise to GST, it's not difficult for you because your systems are already
Update.
used to that. So, not difficult.
Okay. So it was a great conversation with you, ma'am. I firmly believe many people will learn from this conversation, and will definitely pick up some points that how to create the legacy and learn from your experience as well. So one thing I'd like to ask before I take your leave,
Mm.
that your name is Miss Namrata Modi. Are you in any way related with our Mr. Prime Minister?
No, no, no. Actually, I
And
belong to
and
the.
one more thing I'd like to ask is that why are you in Jammu and Kashmir being a Modi and not in Gujarat?
Actually, I think what I feel, because my husband's surname is Modi, and he belongs to Rajouri, Punch side in J&K.
Okay.
But I think maybe their ancestors they came from Gujarat, so that's why their surname is Modi. But
Right. So
definitely,
there is a lineage of business and leadership in Sir's blood. I'm saying that there is a lineage of business and leadership in his blood.
oh, yes, because his father-in-law was also industrialist, so
Okay.
it is in our blood. So I
Definitely.
would say it is in our blood.
So it will be an honor to meet you on the 1st of April on the Women Leaders Forum conference. We're looking forward to
Thank
have you there, ma'am.
thank you. Thank
Thank
you so much.
thank you so much for your time. I hope you like the experience, and I hope you like the small conversation.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Thank you so much for the nice conversation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.